Hey everybody, this is Aylad and we are back on the Starmada server. Ah yeah. And as you may be able to tell, I am actually on the bridge of a new ship. That's right. I've taken a little break from station building and kind of gotten into building a new ship for my fleet instead. So let's have a little look at it and see what's going on and what she can do. Okay, so, uh, yeah, this is it. This is the bridge. The bridge is looking pretty bare. It needs a lot more stuff added to it. So there's some minor cosmetic work I've got going on. And then this airlock here needs a lot of cosmetic work as well as the actual airlock doors, which I don't have installed yet. A little bit of a technical looking room back there. Nothing much to see there. I'll show you why it's there in a little bit. Jump drive computers up front. Yeah. Um, hmm Little docking bay looking kind of wonky. I'll show you the reason for that. But the reason why this ship exists is to be a freighter. Yeah, I'll show you the outside in a little bit. I'm pretty proud of it actually. But what we have here, and I need to actually install buttons to control these force fields. But what we have is big cargo areas. I'm actually walking through cargo space right now. You can see that this is open to vacuum, right? So, like, there's no glass or anything right here. So the force fields are kind of intended to be like, this is what keeps the crew area safe. You come down, this is all pretty well sealed in. I got my jump cores and some power lines down there. Um, the way that I've got these cargo boxes set up, which by the way is wrong. I didn't have mirror blocks turned on, I suppose. Um, they're all supposed to show this face right here just for aesthetic reasons, but they're all linked so that as the freighter gets loaded with cargo, it'll store up here and down here first, and then fill up this, and then fill up in a chain all the way back, top and bottom pretty much evenly. Well, I guess the way the mechanics work, it'd probably start on the bottom, but whoa! And there I jumped out of alignment there. I wish they'd fix that bug. I really do. Or if you get too far from the ship core, even if you're clearly still inside the ship, you lose alignment and can't get it back. But yeah. So each one of these has. Hang on, I gotta get back into gravity or I'm gonna go crazy here. This is actually docked at right angles to the Burrow right now, which is why it wants to treat this as being forward. It's a little awkward to work any other kind of way. So yeah, each one of these is linked to a little, I believe it's an OR gate in this column right here, or an OR signal, which sends a signal to this panel of lights here. So as each cargo space kind of gets filled up, these lights turn on. And then there's an overflow. This is actually an overflow box, and it's connected to a lot of storage areas or cargo spaces back here in this big empty room. And once that starts filling up, the red light turns on, which means I'm starting to work on the overflow space, and there's no more space in the actual cargo area. This is also the cargo space that's actually um, linked to a docking port. Not this one right here, but so yeah, this basically pulls cargo through the docking port into itself, and then it is drained into these storage areas back here. So not only does this serve as an overflow storage, it also is actually what does the work of loading the freighter. I'm going to have to tweak that a little bit because I also want a way to unload the freighter, and I don't necessarily want it coming through here because that could get confusing unless I have some logic enabled to kind of switch that back and forth. I haven't really thought too much about that yet, but we'll figure it out. So if I jump out of gravity here, and then I toggle that, woohoo, okay, so here's the bridge. You can see that I'm not really aligned to this anymore. Right now I'm facing forward, this is up. And so at right angles to the bridge deck and to the cargo deck, I've got the docking bay into the Burrow, yeah, or the docking hatch. And then out here, by the way, this is the cargo deck and that's the bridge deck, yeah. Out here I've got my landing bay, yeah, which I don't think I actually got set up properly. No, it doesn't actually launch the way it's supposed to. I forgot to finish that off at some point. And back here, got a little washroom, yeah, for the crew. Just a little window, come up here. Huh. Actually, don't remember what that does. That might be a problem. I'll have to figure that out at some point. It's embarrassing. Yeah, I don't remember what that does. I might have placed it by accident. Got crew quarters in here. Each cabin's the same. It's just, they're mirror images of each other. You can come in, close the door, turn off the lights, and like I've got a skylight up there. That's actually the front of the ship because I'm at right angles here, and a window here. But if I want privacy, I can block those off. Yeah. Let's see. Oops. Lights, and show you the privacy again. Yep. Cool. So not much going on here. Just bare minimal crew quarters, crew cabins. Really need to smooth this up with some wedges. Hadn't gotten around to doing that yet. Let's see, big docking port there. And now let me actually hop into the ship, kind of show off some of the external features in build mode. And then, whoa, am I in gravity? How did I hit that, didn't I? Oh yeah, that's right, there's some, what? There we go. Yeah, there's some logic here that's actually not working quite as well as I would hope it would work. There we go. Now I'm in the freighter, kind of cycling through. This is a docking camera, this is the captain's chair, and this is the actual ship core. There we go. Okay, let me get my interface back, jump into build mode. Shoo! Okay, let's see, let me close that hatch. There's not a hatch over here to close yet. Right, okay. So you can see I've kind of got these set up. This is just going to make it hopefully easier to connect with that docking hatch. This right here, I'm going to have a Panda scooter that's going to, I can just kind of aim for that and it'll automatically bring it in and dock if all the logic works properly, which I bet it doesn't. Yeah. Let me see if I can figure out what this is supposed to do. Oh, I didn't realize that would be visible. Okay, that's no problem. I can just cover that up with something aesthetic. Okay, cool. Here's the front of the ship. See my captain's chair in there? Yeah. Bottom of the ship. All those crew cabin windows and little portholes and whatnot. And then as I go back, you can see the very modular. Whoa! You can see the very modular look of the cargo areas. The white glows inside there are from the storage spaces. Here's the engine. Yeah. Cool enough. When the ship is undocked from this top docking port here, can I simulate that? Yeah. The engine's cut on. Yeah. Pretty cool, huh? Got some beacons in there, beacon blocks. Kind of make that happen. Pretty nifty, I think. Get back in there and cut that off again. It's supposed to be, yeah, cool. Now, and then the top surface, there's a reason I'm doing this, which I'll reveal later. But if you notice, the top surface is actually kind of mimicking cargo space. Let me jump into my build thing, and I'll kind of show you what I did with that and how I translated it to sort of a giant scale. Let's see, doop 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 doop. Can I get it turned right? Apparently not. Alright, so, it's rotated a bit, but look, like it's not an exact one-to-one copy, right? It's not a scale replica. But I definitely wanted the face of these things, or the top surface, to kind of mimic that look. These lights, by the way, cut on as these fill up. The orange light means there's some in it, and then when it fills up and it starts flowing into this one actually will activate that red light to show that this one's full up. That might not work 100% accurately every time. I'm not sure if I logicked it up correctly, but yeah, I think it'll do. I think it's pretty well got it. The gaps in between these pods, I'm probably going to add some like power reactors or something. I don't know. Not to completely fill it, but just add a little something right in there. I kind of designed this framework with a future project in mind. At some point, I'm going to refit one of these from a blueprint and kind of make it into a carrier, kind of like a pocket budget carrier kind of thing. I do want a panda face right here. Actually, you know what? Let me go ahead and do that because I've kind of been looking forward to doing that. Yay, red panda face. This thing right here, I'm actually just going to rip out. This is meant to be an indicator light. It's still visible in the bridge. I don't really need it on the outside, and it doesn't actually work very well anyway. Cool. Very awesome. One last little refit I'm actually going to make here on camera. I'm recording this after the mining fleet update has come out. However, we are not upgraded to that on Starmada yet. Actually, you know what? Let me get my plane of symmetry going on here before I regret everything. So there's a few little tweaks that I want to make. One of those is I'm actually going to make the cargo ship a mothership for, kind of like a carrier deal for some mining drones. That way I can send it out to a system. Of course, I'll have to be with it because the sector will need to be loaded. The cargo drones can mine up, a bunch of asteroids, and then I can command them to redock with the flagship, which is going to be this. Get some of the new invisible rails. This is a pretty big change to the plans that I had. What I had originally planned was actually quite a bit different. I was going to have a docked entity docked to the Burrow permanently, and that was going to allow me to let's see, how do I want this oriented? You know what, maybe I want it like this. I think I do. Yeah, I think I do. That was going to allow me to actually recall the freighters in, because that docked entity was going to be like the mothership. Well, I never actually got around to finding out if that was really going to work or not. How many was that? Was it 8? Before they released this new update. Now notice on the changelog for this new update that they've made it where ships in a fleet that are docked when a move order is issued no longer get left behind. Well, that kind of is the whole point of what I was going to do with the having that docked carrier, just being like a docking bay. So I can't order this to come back and dock at the station apparently because of that change, which is fine. They need to make the game the way that they have to make it work, but kind of ruins that plan. So I'll work around it. It'll be fine. I've got my little panda panda scooter thing that I can fly out to this ship and get inside the cockpit and come dock it manually every time. It's not a big deal. And having the mining drones able to auto dock to this is going to actually make up for it and then some. So that's not a big deal. Oh, by the way, this the engine pod back here, slightly inspired by the actual thruster modules. Like that's kind of where the ring and whatever comes from. Yeah, I think that's going to do it. So I can have 6 little mining drones that come on auto dock, and of course I'll rig it up to automatically pull from them so that their cargoes will be emptied out and into the freighter automatically. At least that's the plan. I haven't tested any of this, haven't built the cargo drones yet, nothing like that, so we'll see how it works out. They'll be pretty small drones anyway, but yeah, really excited. I'm really pleased with this freighter. It's kind of stylistically inspired by the what's you call it, the Argon Mercury transport freighter in the X series of games, like X2 the Threat. X2 the Threat is actually the specific Mercury design that I was kind of looking at. It's not a copy, it's not a replica of it, but there's some design nods to it. Oh, I need to cover these power reactors up a bit. Yeah, I'll slap some slabs down to cover those up. But I actually wanted to kind of test this and see how it was doing. I don't actually know if this is the correct rail docker. Oh, it is. Oh, good. Okay, acceleration on this baby. I didn't even try to make this very powerful at all. Acceleration is actually good, though. Can't complain about that. Jeez. Okay. Let's see. Ooh. That's pretty nifty. Yeah. I'm probably heading right for a pirate base with my luck. So, let's kind of get back to the station here. Oh no, it's full stop, isn't it? Cool. Alright. Yeah, this is actually decently maneuverable. I'm kind of surprised by that. Okay. I mean, it's still big and clunky, but it's not as bad as I was afraid it would be. That old freighter over to the left, just going off the screen. I am so disassembling that thing. I don't like it. I'm much more pleased with this design. Okay. Stop. Okay. Let's see. Boop. Oh, wait, no. Boop. And... come on. Oh, there we are. Confusion. There we go, it's docked. I'm gonna get in this build block and see what we got going on here. Alright, and that's what it looks like when it's docked. Very cool. And this, of course, is not going to be its actual place that I'm going to dock it full time. This is just for building purposes. But yeah. Alright, well, again, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.